I feel like sometimes we're like tokenized. So it's like, make sure you do these certain things in the classroom so that your students feel good, as opposed to like, I don't know, somehow genuinely understanding the experience, which maybe is like too much of me to expect of them, but it's just like, it just feels very tokenized.
This university is mostly white, especially especially like the humanities, I feel like is very majority white, and that includes education, I think. It does feel a little strange knowing that the people that are going to be going into this field that is in so much need of more people in this profession are all going to look a similar way, and not necessarily like me or a large representation of the students.
I think the College of Education is trying relatively hard to be inclusive, but there's always like more to do. And I definitely think that, that it can definitely feel suffocating, as in basically any institution in the United States for many students of color. And that's an unfortunate thing. And I think that is not necessarily conducive to, I guess, the best learning atmosphere.
The professor would talk about like racial injustices, and you have to be careful of what you say and like how you act, and because students pick up on that and you can't, don't be racist type of thing. And it was just kind of ironic because that professor was a white professor, and in my class it was majority of us were people of color, and so it was just kind of like, we've kind of grown up with that, like, what not to say, and we've experienced it firsthand of like some racism and microaggressions. And she would kind of go around and like ask for our perspectives on stuff, and it was, she'd kind of like go to the white students and like, oh, what are your thoughts? And then she'd kind of go to ours if we had our hands up, and we'd say like, this was my experience growing up in a predominantly white school, and she'd just kind of go, oh, cool, and then just kind of like walk away and dismiss us.
The way I would describe, it's definitely a train wreck and lack of resources. So I really also felt that like I wasn't heard enough when I was in the program. And then also I think and also a lot of neglect. I've noticed that when I was part of the program, they really neglected STEM education. So like just biology education was really neglected during my time in the program. So it was just a lot of neglect, and it was just a mess overall.